Hey there, everyone. So I took a little break from CT Video Quotes, and the reason for that, I built a new studio. Brand spanking new studio. So I've been dealing with some noise issues for a while. In fact, when I first started years ago, I was actually downstairs in the basement in a little corner. Wasn't the greatest sound down there, so I moved upstairs to the main floor where I'm at right now. It's a sound-treated part of the room, but it's not soundproof. And we live on a corner lot, so there is literally a road on the 20 feet on the other side of this wall, and the far end of our property is a scenic road. So we get gravel trucks, dump trucks, Harleys during the season. So I've been dealing with the traffic issues for quite a while. I'm actually able to work in between it pretty good. But I think over the years, our road is more of a shortcut for people going to and from work. So especially during, rush hour, it's much worse. So it was time for an upgrade. So I moved upstairs into a new studio, and now, voila, new studio, just like that. So how did this all come together? Well, like I said, I live on a couple of roads. So as you see in this picture, this is the front of our house, and the nearest window is where my old studio was. And just off to the right is one of the roads. You can see where that car is. It's about to cross the other road on the far end of our property, and that's the main road where a lot of trucks go by and Harleys, so it makes for quite a bit of noise. So what I did is I moved to an upstairs bedroom, basically a corner office, if you will. It's the furthest away from the roads I could get. Now, when I first originally thought of this design, it's a 5x5x7 studio. Originally, I thought the floor could be laid out like this with the 2x4s flat, and then I was going to prop it up on hockey pucks in hopes to minimize any noise transfer from the floor. But when I was thinking how stable that floor would be, I wanted to make the 2x4s vertical. That was adding a lot of height, and plus I wanted it on a platform that I could slide around if I needed to. And overall, the height was getting a little bit too high, and I was worried about it being too unstable. So I ditched the hockey pucks, and I put the 2x4s vertically. And here's the floor starting to come together, and the framing, which I staged in the garage. And then I disassembled the walls and brought them inside to reassemble in the room. So here the frame's going up, the windows going in, which are double-paned plexiglass. And then the door here, actually a couple of repurposed closet doors I had from an old renovation. I just happened to have kept them. I trimmed them down, sandwiched them together, and there you go. Got a door. There's the interior drywall going up. Then the insulation, 4 inches of mineral wool. I tried to pack it as full as I could get it, and there it is all finished. And then the exterior drywall is going up. It's 5/8 on the outside and then 3/8 drywall on the inside. Then, like I said, I disassembled and then reassembled the sections upstairs and made the studio small enough to maneuver into the house around walls and hallways and up and down the stairs. But it's big enough to where I can have a little bit of elbow room in here as well. And as you can see in this picture, I wanted the option to move the studio if I needed. I put some handles and anchor points on the base of it, so maybe I could attach some straps and then grip it by the handles and pull it around the room. But, this thing's pretty heavy, so I'm not so sure if this thing's going anywhere anytime soon. But at least I wanted the option if I had to. And here the wall's going up, insulation's packed in there. Another wall, and there it is. It's all put together. Like I said, 5x5x7. And let's take a tour on the inside. And there it is. I really like the tape lighting. It changes colors and makes for a pretty cool ambiance in there. The stool there, I'm a drummer, so you can actually pick up some drum thrones or the seats that drummers use. This one's from Gibraltar, which is very comfortable. It's got a little bit of a back on there, so I think it makes for a pretty good seat inside small studios. The carpet is just some extra carpet I had laying around. Had some old sound foam for the far wall, but the other walls are treated with 1.5 inch of more mineral wool, or the more solid panels. I started with 1.5. I was going to double up and make it 3 inches, but I just started with 1.5 just to see how it would look and how it sounds. And so far, it's pretty good. If I do need to add more, I have that option down the road. But I covered it with bed sheets, so you don't have all that insulation falling everywhere, which is kind of itchy. And here, just looking around, I have a couple of anchor points on either side of the studio for the mic stand. Have some speaker mounts there, and of course, I wanted to put extra studs in the walls for those anchor points, so you got to think of that ahead of time. And then some old plywood for a desk, and it's a little dark there, but just basic interior. It's not the cleanest. I'm not a carpenter by any means. Things are definitely a little crooked here and there, but it's not falling over, so I'm actually kind of proud of it. But overall, the cost. Whisper rooms generally go for $3,000 to $4,000. Maybe that's starting level. I made this for about $600. It took about a week and a half, solid week and a half. Pretty much every day, 7, 8 hours every day. I was exhausted after it, but I really wanted to get it done, and it definitely took shape quicker than I thought. And as far as the sound quality, I'm very happy with it. My old studio downstairs was about minus 60 decibels. This one is actually minus 70, so I've definitely dropped it down quite a bit, and I'm very happy with it. I don't hear the road noise or anything, maybe an occasional truck or maybe an airplane, but I don't hear the furnace below me. I don't hear the treadmill going. It's very quiet, and I'm very happy with it. So again, this was definitely a lesson for me. I definitely have a lot of respect for builders out there. This took me quite a bit of effort and measuring twice, 3 times, 4 times before cutting. But a lot of respect goes out to builders. This is only a 5x5 studio, and imagine people doing entire houses and buildings like that. But here's another tip I found as far as the cost goes. Drywall. Big box stores load them in, and sometimes some of them get damaged. They put those out in the middle of the aisleways and for a much discounted price. So I was able to pick up all my drywall for, little nicks on the corners and maybe a few dents here and there, most of which I wasn't even using anyways. So you can save a lot of money just on drywall if you just keep an eye out for those slightly damaged drywall sheets in some of those stores. So hopefully that's my studio, and hopefully you enjoy the tour. Hopefully maybe this is something you can do down the road, but that's it. That's what I have. Welcome to the new studio. Take care, guys. Bye.